Sweet.
It's huge.
I got a pop-up one too. Well, it's a little more effort than a pop-up, but well, McFly subscribers, we are camping. That's what I'm doing for the video today. I'm here with Jeff, and he's setting up already. I have to do a little intro for you guys, so I'll be setting up in a second, but we're gonna be camping out here. It is gorgeous here, and then we're gonna do some fishing. Hopefully we get a little fishing in tonight, but tomorrow we plan on fishing a little further down the creek. Now, I'm not telling you what creek this is. Again, with all these small little tiny creeks, I don't feel like the world knowing exactly where they're at or what they are. But if you've been here, of course you know what it is. If you haven't, just enjoy the show. But it is gorgeous, guys. I gotta show you this. It is absolutely amazing. There's my car.
Wait until fall time when the leaves are.
Yeah, Jeff over there is saying when it's fall and the leaves turn, this is even prettier. Although it gets really cold at night. We are gonna camp right near the cars, so it's not like this is a crazy backcountry camping thing. We don't know what the weather's gonna do. There is some call for maybe some rain. It shouldn't be rain tonight, but possibly in the morning. We don't know. And we don't know if it's gonna be thunder and lightning and all, so it's kind of nice to have the cars close by if we need to jump in, just for comfort. It just makes it a little better than trying to deal with the rain at night in the cold. It gets down to in the 40s, which isn't terrible, but it gets chilly. I'm gonna start setting up because looks like Jeff's gonna beat me here for the setup. See you out there. So yeah, it did take me a bit longer than Jeff to set up. And as you can see here, I'm tying bugs on while Jeff is starting the day fishing. By the way, the flies I am using are a number 15 orange stimulator and a number 20 elk hair caddis. Now with small creeks like this, it is a take turns type of game. I mean, one person could go up the river further and you could fish separate. However, that person upriver will be spooking all the fish for the person downriver once they get there. So what I like to do is take turns at spots. And after I got all set up and Jeff had his go at a few runs, it was my turn. Now, I don't know if you notice here, but this is a new rod, and it's the brand new butterstick from Redington. This is a glass rod, and it's been a long time since I've used one. It did take a little while to get used to casting this rod, and at first I was a little bummed about it. It felt like it was going all over the place, and my cast was just terrible. I was hooking trees left and right. Hey, thanks Jeff for the help there. Not only that, but Jeff and I were really not seeing any fish. But finally, after 30 minutes of fishing, I had a fish come up for my dry fly. Of course, I missed the hook set though. Then after turning my camera off to conserve battery, I hooked a fish. A very spunky little brook trout. How colorful is he? There he goes, back into his home. Then Jeff hooks a fish shortly after, but had some reel issues. Of course, messing with the reel caused him to lose that fish. And there's another take and a miss. I literally just pulled the fly out of the fish's mouth. And another fish on. But as I was making my way up to him as fast as I possibly could on slick boulders, he dove under a rock. My second fly got stuck, and the fish wiggled out of my barbless hook, and all I was left with was a little salad. Another miss. Man, these fish are hard to hook this trip. It's like they weren't fully committing to eating the flies. But with all this casting, I was able to get the action of this very slow glass fly rod down. And after I got used to it, the rod started performing perfectly. I was getting a bit of distance with it, and it became super accurate. Of course, the creek was really narrow, so accuracy was a must. And I did lose a few flies along the way. Well, there was another miss. And another. Man, these fish are tough today. Finally another fish, and Jeff this time with the action. A successful release. Then we came up to a beaver dam, which made a really large pool above. It was stillwater fishing, and lots of fish rising. Well, Jeff there with the miss. Okay, my turn. And I got one. Well, after I let that fish go, Jeff decided to move upstream to find more water, and left me to the small lake here. And I tried for about 10 more minutes here, with a few fish rising to my flies. But I didn't hook another one, so I went to look for Jeff. But I saw this in the distance. Was that a cave? Well, there is Jeff fishing the water coming out of the cave. Turns out there was a massive cutthroat in this pool, and Jeff had been trying to catch him since he left me. But as I approached, I spooked that fish off. I'm sorry, Jeff. Well, we decided to see if we could fish up into the cave and see where the water was coming from. By the way, I was really starting to love this rod. It's one of my new favorites for this type of small creek fishing for sure. But no luck from this run, so we decided to walk up through and see what this cave was all about. Ah, it's a tunnel to allow the creek to flow under the bridge. Above us is a bridge where the cars are driving. So how cool is that? Well, that was the end of the line for us. We didn't feel like continuing our fishing through the cave any further. I mean, the sun was close to setting, and we needed to head back to camp, which was about a 20-minute hike back. As we were walking back though, I saw this. An old wrecked car. And that's the road above. That must have been an ugly spill. I highly doubt whoever was in that car made it out alive. I mean, that is an old car, and it looks like it's been there for a while. Well, we finally made it back to camp, and started a small fire to cook some sausages. So as we sat by the campfire, Jeff had said to me that the creek was not fishing as well as he had seen in the past. The water was a bit low, but also the fish seemed really pressured. I mean, we even saw a few treble hooks in some trees. So please, if you ever get the chance to fish these small, beautiful creeks with wild trout, do so with a barbless hook and take care of the fish. I mean, try to leave these amazing wonders still amazing for our generations to come.
Food, much needed right now.
Well, for tomorrow's fishing, you have to wait till next week. But here is a quick preview for what is to come. Don't forget to check back and watch next week. There was some great fishing action as we hiked far downstream into some deep backcountry creeks.
Well, good morning, guys. So you probably have a couple raindrops on the lens here, but it was raining up until just a minute ago.
Tight bush-lined creeks. Beautiful native trout. and some amazing underwater footage. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this sort of thing, please subscribe and share with all your fish-loving friends. Also, do me a favor and hit that like button. I will see you on the next video. Now you go catch some fish.